Let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be, 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. I'm finally free. You know I'm finally free. Oh, blessed be.
Good morning, everyone. Please all stand and sing with me. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We're living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Morning sun coming through the trees, and the green leaves shimmer in the summer breeze. The songbirds singing to the honeybees, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. All together, we are living. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kathy, and I'm so delighted to be your facilitator. The first thing I would like to do is introduce our speaker. Just turn around. Yeah. This is Karmen. She is a licensed professional counselor and spiritual coach. And she owns her own practice called Golden Hour Guidance. She also serves as the director of the Stevens College Counseling Center and as an adjunct instructor in the counseling department, and is a writer for the Daily Word. Karmen lives in Columbia with her husband and 2 young sons. And we thank her for being here today and looking forward to her message later. So I would like to welcome all of you here to Unity of Columbia. A shout out to those of you online. One of my most joyous activities of being part of this church is serving on the prayer committee. And so I have chosen a selection from James Dillett Freeman. And some of you who may have read his book called Prayer, the Master Key, you may find these words familiar, but they are still good to contemplate. Life has set me down in the midst of a mystery, but life has given me a key. The key is in my own mind. You may call the key thinking. Prayer may be thinking. Thinking may be prayer. Prayer is the process of mind by which the unknowable finds meaning and becomes a truth. The unseeable takes shape and becomes a thing of beauty. The immeasurable gains substance and becomes a thing of value. So, as we rise and greet each other, I want you to think about this coming week, making all your decisions in prayer. Let's rise and greet each other.
Gonna set it free, let things be. Let the street of life carry me. Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blasted be. Gonna set it free, let things be. Let the street of life carry me. Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blasted be. Life unfolds with grace and ease, endless possibilities. They're everywhere, they've always been, when I choose to let them in. Gonna set it free, let things be. Let the street of life carry me. Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blasted be. Gotta set it free, let things be. Let the street of life carry me. Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blasted be. I've outgrown those smaller dreams, the way they used to limit me. I make the space, invite loving. Magic fills my life again. There's something bigger calling me to follow where my passion leads. I trust the flow, don't need to know. I dance into the great unknown. Gotta set it free, let things be. Let the street of life carry me. Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blasted be. Gotta set it free, let things be. Let the street of life carry me, 'cause I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be.
We are very grateful for all who contribute to our service today. And you've already seen the talents of Jen. Welcome everyone to Unity of Columbia, those in the sanctuary especially, and those online too. Thank you for joining us. If you are here for the first time, we do have a welcome packet for you, and our ushers have access to those, or they are out in the foyer as well. We also ask that you silence your phones to keep the space holy while we have our service. Please affirm these words with me. Centered in spirit, we trust in the potential of Unity of Columbia to express abundance in perfect divine order. Our community makes decisions for the highest good, knowing we are open to the new opportunities and claim prosperity now. Please join me in affirming our vision, mission, and core values. Our vision is, we celebrate a spiritually awakened world. Our mission is, we inspire the awakening and practice of divine love in every heart. In addition, we celebrate our core values, knowing that we have come here to be spirit-centered and to express the values of love, peace, and connection. Now it's time for our announcements, and the most important one is our school supply drive. We really, really need people to have donations or contribute money to help our students in families that will have trouble finding the funds for school supplies. Next Sunday, July 19th is the last Sunday in which to make your donations. If you are willing to commit to helping in the AV booth or with the children for one Sunday per month, please contact the office. No experience is necessary and full training will be provided. Jin's last Sunday is the last Sunday in July, on the 26th. We will celebrate his time here as music director with a taco bar after the service. Unity will provide meat, shells, and cheese, but everybody else bring whatever else you'd like on your tacos. And please join us for our next community meeting this coming Sunday, July 19th. The agenda is now available. If you have additional items you'd like the Board of Trustees to consider, contact the office or speak to a board member. And we look forward to your participation. And now it's time for our daily word. It's a wonderful one, guidance. In the divine presence, I am guided, is our affirmation for today. Divine guidance is not only found in burning bushes or mind-blowing revelations. More often, it arrives as a gentle nudge, subtle enough to overlook, ordinary enough to dismiss. Yet these quiet signals are holy, too. A craving for sweetness, a need for fresh air, a muscle that's too tight, needs to relax, all can be taken as cues to care for body and soul. As I become present to the fullness of my humanity, my senses, intuition, inner knowing, I recognize the guidance as ever-flowing. It invites a restorative resting of the mind and heart. It is an alert stillness that listens, a receptive openness where clarity emerges and gentle direction unfolds. I trust the quiet impulses that draw me forward, allowing the simplest movements moments to be led toward me, my soul's fulfillment with ease. And the Bible reference is Exodus 33:14. My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. It's time for our prayers. The prayer box is a symbol of blessing today. In prayer, we expand our awareness, knowing that we are expressions of God. We open our minds to receive an abundance of all that is necessary to fulfill our soul's purpose. And we now hold others in prayer. If you have a prayer slip, you may bring it up at this time. Anne and I are the prayer chaplains today. Please speak your loved one's name aloud so that we can collectively hold space. For all the names on our hearts, know that what you have asked for has been answered. Our Unity Prayer Chaplains, Anne and myself, will be available to pray with you after this morning's service. And now let us prepare for meditation.
My gift goes forth on the wings of love, and it lands where it can heal and bless. It returns to me, multiplied a thousandfold, as the universe says yes, yes, as the universe says yes. My gift goes forth on the wings of love, and it lands where it can heal and bless. It returns to me, multiplied a thousandfold, as the universe says yes, yes, as the universe says yes.
I invite you now to close your eyes if that feels comfortable, and to take a moment to get acquainted with what is present. You might first start noticing your breath, not to change it, but to witness it. Noticing your feet on the ground, your body in the chair, and getting a sense of how you are experiencing this moment right here, right now. Does the ground feel close Does it feel far away? Just noticing. And take a moment to connect with your internal landscape, your mental state. Noticing what is happening in your mind. Being a compassionate witness to yourself. Noticing your emotions. Maybe you are feeling a lot, maybe you are not feeling anything at all. No matter what is present, we welcome it. If there are parts that feel stressed or tense or distant, we just continue to notice without judgment. And if judgment is present, we notice the judgment without judgment. If there are parts that feel warm and resourced, present and grounded, we bring attention to those spaces as well. And then we take a moment to notice the part of us that is presencing, that is witnessing, our soul's essence, the presence of light within. Let this light fill you and illuminate all that is in this present moment as we go into the silence. And as we slowly come back into this present moment, we let that light fill our hearts and our minds and our bodies, and we bring that forth into this moment. And so it is. Amen. It is really wonderful to be here at Unity of Columbia and to see so many familiar faces. Thank you for having me. Today, I want to look at how we can more fully embody our divinity through the process of more fully embracing and experiencing our humanity. And I found it interesting that the Daily Word spoke to this. Love that synchronicity. So to start, I want to look at how we can orient ourselves to life from two different vantage points, and how those vantage points influence how we relate to life, how we interact with life, how we respond to life. And I want to use darkness as our focus of looking from these two perspectives. One place from which we can look at everything in life and darkness is a place of separation. This is very much the human perspective, the 3D, physical, material, earthly reality, duality, opposites, opposition, and fear. And from that perspective, dark can be really scary. We might see the dark as being associated with bad things, evil, danger, definitely something we want to stay away from. Or it might just be something that is unknown, uncertain, unfamiliar. These are also things that as humans we tend to want to avoid them. The other place from which we can look at life and look at darkness is a place of connection. This is oneness, wholeness. This is Christ consciousness. This is very much coming from spirit. But I am not here to say that one of these is better than the other. I think we actually need them both. And I believe that we want to integrate these two perspectives together. And we do that by using our spirituality to integrate into our lives. Otherwise, we risk using our spirituality as an escape. We can use our spirituality to bypass and escape our humanity. I don't think we are here to transcend our humanness. I think we are meant to transcend the perceived limitations of our humanness, and we do that by bringing our spirit into our life and blending these two things. And this is really unity principle number 5, right? I live the truth that I know. Our spirituality is not meant to be this separate thing that's compartmentalized. It's meant to be a way of life. And when we look from this place of oneness, we can still hold the reality of duality and separation in this world. But we can really see that more objectively, and specifically as we're looking at darkness, we can see that darkness in and of itself doesn't have a source. It really exists only in relation to light. Anytime there is darkness, there is an absence of light. But there isn't a source of darkness. When the sun sets, we know the sun doesn't just evaporate into thin air. We know it's still there, it's still shining, the light is still streaming forth, but there is something that is preventing it from reaching us. When we go to bed at night, we don't go to the darkness switch and turn darkness on. We turn off the light because there is no switch for darkness. There is no source of darkness. There is a blocking of the light, which then creates the experience of the absence of light and thus darkness. Metaphysically, this is also true. Light represents awareness. Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, defines light in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary as intelligence, and defines darkness as a lack of understanding, the inability to understand, especially in times of great trial. So whether it's physical or metaphysical, we can have an experience of being in the dark when there is a blocking of the light. We know in truth that we are always connected to God, and that the source is always present, and that the light is always shining. But we can be blocked from the light in consciousness and have an experience of darkness. And from this perspective, I think there's an opportunity to really look at darkness as a place of magic, because we need contrast to experience anything. Everything in this world is about relation. I know me because of how I am in relation to you. If we all showed up here in one body, I mean, what would be the point of that? We wouldn't be able to experience ourselves. So we can see that life actually emerges out of darkness. Life in physical manifest form comes through darkness. If you think about the womb, or the tomb, the seed that is underground, the chrysalis. All of life is emerging into form out of formlessness. So darkness then becomes a necessary component of creation and manifestation and transformation. If you want to manifest something in your life, that indicates that it's not currently in your life. It doesn't exist. It's not there. Out of nothing, something emerges. That is creation. And that is where the magic of the darkness really lies. There's something powerful that is happening in that space, that is allowing life to be manifest and known and experienced. But this is not a conversation about why bad things happen or that bad things should happen. This is not about minimizing the impact of bad things. I could bemoan life and criticize and judge, and this is bad, this isn't the way it should be, I don't like this, I want it to be different. I can certainly do that, but it's about as productive as trying to swim against the current of the Mississippi River. It doesn't get you anywhere. It just leaves you absolutely exhausted and depleted and frustrated. So the point is not about what life looks like or that it should look any particular way. I am not in control of life, and thank God. I don't want that kind of responsibility. None of us have that control. And our power, our divine sovereignty comes from not trying to control life, but in intentionally choosing how we are interacting with life, how we are responding to life. That is the co-creation with life. To resist is actually to be in a place of separation. That is a disconnect that just creates more darkness. So often in our efforts to resist what we don't like, we just create more of it. I had an experience a couple years ago that I would describe as very dark. I was working in my previous job, a counseling practice that I had been at for, well, at that time it was about 11 years. And I honestly never had any intention of leaving that practice. I always saw myself staying in private practice, and I never really saw a move that wouldn't just be a lateral move other than starting my own practice, and I did not want to do that. I did not want to be a business owner. I had zero desire, opposite of zero desire. I actively did not want that. But I felt a little bit of a restlessness of seeing that I had kind of hit a plateau in my growth and in my work, and I really was feeling called to bring more spirituality into the work that I do. But I really wanted to make that happen where I was at, because that would be a lot easier. If I could just stay where I was, in a comfortable place, with people I knew and loved, and make that happen. So there was probably no chance that I was going to make this move on my own. But I did end up leaving, and a year before I left, I found myself in conflict with somebody that I worked with. And this person was in a position of power over me. And the conflict was really, honestly, I triggered this person by something that I said. And they responded with abuse. I was abused emotionally by this person. And it was a very, very dark time. If you have not experienced emotional abuse, it's kind of hard to understand. It's difficult to talk about because it's so nuanced and subtle and sneaky. And the whole mechanism of emotional abuse is to throw you into the dark, to completely disorient you, confuse you. It's meant to make you doubt yourself and you feel crazy. Luckily, I had a therapist that I was already seeing when this happened, so she was able to be with me through the entire experience. And it was through that connection that some light could shine on the experience, where I could start to make sense, to have some understanding of what was going on. She is the one who used the term emotional abuse. I don't think I ever would have come up with that. And so one thing is that if we want to embrace our life and our humanity, we have to understand that we need support, that we are not meant to walk alone. And sometimes we really can't access that light, but someone else, through their loving witness and connection, can help illuminate things and can help bring us back into connection. And ultimately, I trust the process of life. If we are going to really embrace life, we have to trust it. There is an inherent intelligence in life. There's a quote, I can't think of who said it, but the process, life resolves itself in the process of life itself. So if we just continue to stay with life, be present, surrender, and move with the flow of life, we can see that it ultimately always works out for our highest good, or at least it always has the potential to. So again, this is not that I needed to be abused or that God made that happen because that's what I needed to learn. I don't think we actually need trauma to grow. But again, it doesn't really matter what I think because I'm not in control. And the reality is that there is trauma in this world, and there are bad things that happen, and people can do harm. So it's not that bad things should happen or that we want to say it was meant to happen even. I think that can be invalidating and send the wrong message. But our power is in the fact that we can use anything that life gives us as fuel for our own growth. I don't need to be abused to grow, but in that experience, I could grow because I ultimately trusted that process. And I trusted the magic of those dark spaces, the magic and the potential and the power for transformation. But part of embracing our humanity is being in the experience and being in our feelings. Just because I trust life and I trust that ultimately I'm going to use this for my highest good doesn't mean I enjoy it. And I don't have to. It's not about faking it. It's not about, oh, everything is great. Yeah, this is a wonderful experience. I'm so happy that this is happening to me. That's not authentic and real. So we want to be with our human experience and with the feelings, the emotions of that experience, while we are staying connected to God. We are connected to oneness in spirit, and we can hold that in consciousness even as we are having an experience that is different than that: separation, fear, pain. And when we do this, we then have the opportunity to decide how we want to respond. You know, I could have very reactively left really quickly after that happened. I could have gone to another practice and just made that lateral move. But I knew that the way out was actually through. I could make that move, but I knew nothing was really going to change. My life would essentially be the same. And I was able to stay present enough to choose intentionally how I wanted to move through that experience. So part of how we orient back into our divine self and our divine power is by asking, what is the opportunity in this for me? What is there for me to learn in this? How do I want to show up in the face of this? How do I want to respond and move through this? In those moments when we are faced with what we are not, it's an opportunity to really demonstrate who we are. And this is not about perfection. I think it's really easy to get into that black and white thinking. And this is where people bypass a lot of their human experiences. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. I shouldn't be feeling this way or thinking this way. I need to be, we have a very specific idea of what it looks like to be coming from love and light. But I think there's a lot more gray and nuance in how that actually looks. Ultimately, it's about taking what is fragmented. If we are in a place of fear and separation, we are fragmented. We are disconnected. And when we come back into connection, we are returning to wholeness. But we're including that human experience. We're not turning away from it, avoiding it, denying it, ignoring it, because that's more fragmentation, that's more separation, that's more darkness. We really want to envelop our experience with love. And that really means being a compassionate witness to what is. I don't have enough time to go into all of the ways in which this changed my life, but I will tell you that after I finally made the decision to leave, even though it was very difficult and painful, I got offered a job to teach at Stevens College. I had this opportunity to start running the counseling center at Stevens just fall into my lap. One thing that I was clinging on to for dear life in not wanting to leave my old job was the supervision that I got to do. I loved supervising, and I had 2 provisionally licensed counselors that I was still finishing up supervising, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna leave, but I'm gonna continue to supervise them. I'm gonna stay connected. And then it became clear that I could not do that. And that was the hardest thing for me, was accepting that and letting that go. And then just a few months later, I have these opportunities to supervise. The teaching position that they hired me for was as a faculty supervisor. And then in my position at the counseling center, part of my role there is to supervise interns. At the end of that year, this was last year, I had an article in Daily Word that was published, and I started getting people reaching out to me wanting to work with me. Part of starting my own practice was to start a new venture into spiritual coaching, which I didn't really even know what that was, still kind of figuring it out. But through Daily Word, I got my first real spiritual coaching clients. And there has just been opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. That was a big contraction in my life, and the result is a huge expansion outward. Being able to stay connected to God and to the light and to myself through that allowed me to experience a lot of good on the other side. So I encourage all of you to work with this concept in the coming days and weeks at whatever level you're at. It might be really small things, the minor inconveniences or frustrations or things that don't go the way you want in your life, to take a moment to reconnect to Christ consciousness within, and then to respond intentionally from that place. And if you do this enough, I promise you, your life will transform. Thank you.
Please all stand. These are the hands, this is the voice to celebrate the goodness of God. I lift up my hands, I lift up my voice to celebrate the goodness of God. So as we wait, our hearts wide open, fill us, we pray, that we may walk in the fullness, the wonder of your grace. These are the hands, this is the voice to celebrate the goodness of God. I lift up my hands, I lift up my voice to celebrate the goodness of God. We hear your voice in the silence, a whisper sweet and clear. And it is then that we discover your presence ever near. Ours are the hands, ours is the voice to celebrate the goodness of God. We lift up our hands, we lift up our voice to celebrate the goodness of God. To celebrate the goodness of God. To celebrate the goodness of God.
We now place a blessing on our gifts and put ourselves into the law of circulation. If you are joining us online and have been blessed by Karmen's message today, I invite you to go to the giving page on our website. That is unityofcolumbia.org. Your gift will help to keep these services online. As we support our spiritual community, please take your offering, whether you give electronically, by check, or by cash. Hold it in your hand and your heart as we affirm these words together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful. What a What a truly gorgeous gift of music. I'm not sure is this on? Okay. Dear God above, we thank you for the love and generosity in every heart in this congregation. We know these gifts are given to further the work of your Spirit in Unity of Columbia, and we thank you for every person. Amen. Yes, our children are on vacation or at home or somewhere else, and so we will bless our children wherever they are. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Please rise and sing the prayer for protection.
God is here, the light of God surrounds us. God is here, the love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us wherever we are. God is.
As you go into your week, I invite you to contemplate Karmen's beautiful words and understand that wherever you are, if it's in darkness or chaos or growth or vision, that it's all part of the process and Spirit will guide us.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be. With God as Creator, family whole are we, as we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.